Hi, this is Ahmed from Integer Audio. Our channel is focused on audio and music production. Today, we will have a look at an auto-tune effect and a pitch corrector if it's used subtly. This is a free plugin that offers nice features, and in this review, we will see how to use it and how to benefit from it as an artist. If you enjoy this sort of content, leave a like and subscribe for more. And don't forget to check our website for more in-depth reviews. Without any further ado, let's get into it. I recorded a sample of me singing, and I'm not a good singer at all. This auto-tune is not going to make it that much better, it's mostly going to help you if you're already a good singer. But we will see if we could fix that. So tell me this is who you are, and tell me I've got something more, and know you could be loved. It doesn't sound horribly bad at some parts, but then there are other notes that just don't sound good at all. So first, I'll set the key of the song. This is supposed to be in the key of C minor, so I'll go ahead and do that. After setting the key, it's only going to tune the vocal to the notes within that key. The signature of C minor has 3 flats, so that's gonna be the setup in there. As I mentioned earlier, you could go all in to get that auto-tune effect on the vocal, or you could go gentle in the processing to have it as a pitch corrector and make it sound more natural. I'll try both settings, but first I'll go for aggressive auto-tune processing. I'll set the detection frequencies to have it pick up my voice signals. I'll leave this at 80 Hz, and this one maybe at around 1500. I'll set the gate as low as possible, and speed all the way up. Then for the threshold, I'll go for maybe 300-400 cents. Amount is gonna be left at 90%. For the attack, I'll have it fast enough to treat any note that is out of tune. And we'll have a moderate release. Let's listen to how that sounds. So tell me this is who you are, and tell me I've got something more, and know you could be loved. I like the display on here. The red curves represent the input, which may be out of tune, and the green curves represent the corrected notes for that matter. You could tell how far off you were from the intended note and how much sharper or flatter. This could be really useful if you want to practice your singing. Primarily, you would want to use your ears for that, but having some visual aid might not be a bad idea. And you could use this as a reference to the note that you want to hit as well. For the processing, it sounded fine. Of course, it's not going to make me a good singer, but it will give you that effect that's used on a lot of pop music if you're looking for that. The outcome is generally going to differ based on the material being treated. If the audio material is entirely out of key, then the auto-tune is going to be more pronounced at that part, which may introduce audible artifacts. However, that may be a desirable effect for some people. It all just depends on what kind of a sound you're looking for. I'll use the same sample, but I'll try some minor pitch correction to make it sound more natural, but that's going to be on the expense of going out of tune at some points. I'll turn the speed down and have more tolerant threshold. I'll modulate the attack and release as well. Let's see what we have. So tell me this is who you are, and tell me I've got something more, and know you could be loved. Next, the snap to MIDI mode. This will control how GSnap will respond to incoming MIDI information. So based on the MIDI input, it will tune or manipulate the vocals. The pitch bend and vibrato will allow for 200 cents, which is equivalent to one full tone or a whole step. So after linking this MIDI to the plugin using MIDI out, if I choose a single note, the input signal is going to be entirely tuned to that note. And tell me I've got something more. This could be cool to do on a backing vocal harmony and wanting it to have a robot-ish vibe. And tell me I've got something more. Especially useful in electronic and indie music. This could be useful as well for manual tuning or if you want to change specific notes within the original track. And tell me I've got something more. and tell me up, and tell me up, and tell me I've got, and tell me I've got something more. 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 You could get some note changes as well when it comes to long notes like this. And tell me I've got something more. And no. One last thing, this doesn't account too much for octaves. For instance, if I set a note and go an octave up or down, it will sound all the same nonetheless. It tunes based on the incoming signal's octave only. More. 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 For the last section, we'll try to insert this on a non-vocal audio track. This could give you nice pitch bending effects, and I personally use this on my lo-fi beats because they give nostalgic vibes and warmth. This is in the key of A minor as labeled, so I'll set that up and let's see how that sounds. At the reverb tail, there was some pitch bending, because the auto-tune will resist the change in that entire sample's pitch. It will have to be confined within the selected scale. But I'll try some other trick. I'll tune this to E minor, so the keys of A minor and E minor are nearly the same, with the exception of one note, which is F. It's F sharp in the key of E minor. So whenever there's an F note in this original sample, it will be pitched up one semitone to match the new scale. However, most of the other notes will be intact because, as I said, there's not much difference in the sound between both scales in this case. So the net effect will be mild pitch shifting that would fit this genre. It adds up to the vibe. You could be more subtle about this effect if you wanted, but it's definitely a good way to add movement to your beats. Overall, this is a really good plugin and it's fun to use. You can use it for recorded samples or even for live sound if you wanted. It's free and definitely worth checking out if you're a musician. It is versatile in the sense that it could be used as a pitch corrector or an auto-tune. So this brings us to the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.